Ladies and gentlemen, the ancient words of thousands of years are still true. Working must be square, being human must be round, being square outside is the highest realm of human life. Lao Tzu said, "A good person who has virtue is like water. Water skillfully benefits all things without ever competing with anyone. A drop of water can be square, can be round, and cool everything. People can also be round, can be square, round and square in harmony, they will live generously and fully." The way to say, round square, originates from ancient coins. The outside is round, the inside is square whole, looks simple and natural, but contains the philosophy of human life. Being human should be like a coin, it can be square or round, although it is not sparkling or slick, it contains a profound philosophy. You are listening to 24 Hours of Healing. Remember to subscribe to me. 1. Work must be square. Square is not insistence, stubbornness, but integrity, decisiveness, capital, and also the principle to be human. It is like stepping on the brake at your feet. When the light is red, you stop in time. When the light is green, you move forward, without hesitation or hesitation. There was once a teenager who specialized in blocking the way of robbery, had to hide, and remained hidden outside for 4 years. But still got caught. The reason was not because he didn't hide well, but because his act of gallantry caused him to be exposed. One cold winter morning, he did not hesitate to jump into the frozen lake, saving the lives of 2 children from drowning in turn. That act of majesty caused him to be exposed, so he was arrested. The reporter asked him what he thought at that time. Did he think his identity would be revealed? Or think it's an opportunity to make atonement? He shook his head. "I didn't think at that time, I just wanted to quickly save people." Although he has blocked the way, robbed, but there is still a certain warmth in his heart, there are still certain principles of being a person and doing certain things. Humans in this world, no one is full of beauty. As long as you have a measure in your heart, act with dignity, and be not ashamed of your conscience for a lifetime. 2. Make people round. Roundness is not cleverness, dexterity, but thoughtfulness, tolerance, flexibility, wisdom of human life. Mr. Tutuk, also known as Tudong Fa, at 63 years old, poor and miserable, once wrote a poem with the following implication. Dong Fa is sick and lonely, his white beard is full of wind and dew. The face was red after drinking wine, and the children thought that their skin was rosy. Dong Fa first said that he was old, then borrowed children's jokes. His red face after drinking alcohol was mistaken for pink skin. Use teasing poetry to dispel the gloomy scene of old age. People with wisdom, even though they have to go through arduous and difficult lives, they still have warm hearts inside. There are still thousands of sails on the side of the sinking boat. In front of the diseased tree, there are still thousands of green trees. Although life is crooked and poor, but the heart is still pure and carefree, emotions are still overflowing. Taste all life but still keep square, understand life but not connoisseur. Understand the world, but not be infected by the world. Experiencing wisdom, dexterity but still keeping the innocence, that is the best answer for the years of the framework. 3. In square, outside round is the highest realm of human life. In Tu Tri Tong Jayam, there is a story recorded as follows. Wei Vong captured a stronghold and held a banquet to entertain his officials. During the banquet, Wei Vong asked the centurion and martial arts, "Can you tell me if I'm a military man or a kisser?" The vast majority of the courtiers are flatterers who say, "The great king is of course a wise man." Right at the moment when Wei Vong was floating, he suddenly came to ask Nam Tuesday. Nam Tu, who was straightforward, replied, "Dai Vong is the kiss army." Wei Wang felt as if cold water had been poured into his face. Immediately asked Nam Tu, "Why do you say that?" Nam Tu replied, "Great king, you won the victory, captured the citadel, but did not divide the credit for your brother, but divided it with your son, you can see that he is a married army. Wei Vong was furious and immediately ordered to chase Nam Tu out to wait. Then ask another demigod. The deity replied. Dai Vong is an intelligent army. Wei Wang secretly rejoiced in his heart and quickly asked. Why do you say that? The Lord calmly replied. The ancients used to say that there were many honest and upright subordinates in the hands of Min Quan. At present, in the hands of the great king, there are direct and upright subordinates like Nam Tu. You can see that he is a wise man. After listening to this, Wei Wang immediately invited Nam Tu to return to the party. Those who are only round, not square, have no principles, no virtue, no limits are the core of the world. Those who only square and are not round, speak without regard to the situation, make the other person lose face, will easily offend others. Only like the other deity, inside and outside is round, not making others uncomfortable, and making others feel warm, that is the ultimate realm of inside and outside roundness. In life, whether keeping square or keeping round, often makes us hesitant, awkward. Actually just. Round and square, remove frivolity, don't be too clever, core life, keep some parts cautious, steady is enough. Square and round, hide the sharpness, do not force people too much, keeping some parts flexible is also a human wisdom. Work doesn't have to be scurrying around. A square and round life is also a satisfied life. Like holding a pen in hand, half tight, half loose is the most natural. Being a human does not need to be full of things, like wine, there is no need to get drunk, half drunk and half sober is the most moderate. In this life, there is a circle in the square, in the circle there is a square, in the square and roundness, if you do well and do it right, the new life will be full and generous. You are listening to 24 Hours of Healing. We invite you to explore the theme. Jealousy is a petty person. The ancients taught posterity to stay away from 3 types of people to live a peaceful life, eliminate market discord and dark habits. Grateful filial piety. Eating bowls of porridge is a common characteristic of petty people. The petty man is an existence that is the complete opposite of the gentleman. The nature of the 2 sides is completely opposite, the noble gentleman, the petty man. People often say, with many friends, life's path is easier, stay at home thanks to parents, go out with friends. From a certain perspective, the more friends people have, the more help they will have when in trouble, the easier life will be. But the ancients taught posterity that, not everyone can make friends. In particular, the petty person is the type of person who absolutely cannot become friends. Accordingly, the ancients believed that the petty man had 3 diseases. If you encounter a person with one of these 3 diseases, you must avoid them immediately. 1. The petty person is ungrateful. Grateful filial piety. Eating bowls of porridge is a common characteristic of petty people. When you are in trouble, if someone is willing to help you, that's your blessing. After everything is okay, never forget the benefactor who saved your life. However, life is not for everyone. The petty man has a very ridiculous argument. That's always for. That others help them is a matter of course, a responsibility and a duty to do. This type of person only likes to enjoy the kindness of others, even turning back to use dirty tricks to repay the person who helped them. Evil retribution. People who do not for themselves, heaven and earth will destroy, but live too despicable and selfish, it is called self-interest, inhumanity and injustice, not common sense in life. 2. People who like to put things, poison their mouths, eat and don't say yes. Life has a lot of woman's mouth, people who like to say bitter words. However, the word woman's mouth is also unfair to women, because in fact, there are many people who think that they are masculine but their hearts are malicious. People like this often like to discuss life stories, poke fun at other people's private lives, even eat without saying yes, fueling the fire. From a psychological perspective, the person who likes to put the main thing is jealous of the happiness of others. Jealousy is a very scary thing in this life. It makes people lose their humanity and destroys moral standards. When seeing other people living well, the petty people not only make up bad stories behind their backs, but also plot schemes to destroy and create ups and downs. To put it bluntly, the petty person will feel uncomfortable when others live better than them. Encountering this type of person, the best measure is to cut off the relationship and stay as far away as possible. 3. People who live two hearts. A good man is a person with a good heart. They often have empathy, will feel uncomfortable when they see others suffering. Of course, they are ready to help when the enemy is in trouble. This type of person is always loved, even life responds to their sincerity with complete happiness. The opposite of good people is fake benefactors, also known as hypocrites. On the surface, they are the type of people who smile enthusiastically, but behind their backs they act like petty people. In fact, hypocrites are difficult to unmask because their faking skills are so sublime. Accordingly, they never show despicable intentions on the surface, but pretend to be upright to deceive the situation. In the workplace, there are more and more of these types of people. They will not use any tricks to promote their positions, sell their meaning for glory. However, in front of their colleagues, they always show a gentle and approachable face, making it impossible for anyone to recognize the true nature inside. People who are simple or too honest are easily hurt by hypocrites. Once they become their friend or rival, someone without a heart of iron will be mercilessly beaten down. You have just heard the topic. The ancients taught posterity to stay away from 3 types of people for a peaceful life, eliminating market and dark habits. Remember to subscribe for me.